Big things going down. Games and games and games. And plus, if you want to add a couple of shekels, and ain't nothing wrong with that, mybookie.ag is the place to go. Because why? Because it's been in business for years. So reputation is rock solid, and the only service recommended by me to you, the listeners. That's why I'm urging you to go to MyBookie. They have in-game live betting, the most rewarding player perks in the business, and all new mobile website that makes wagering on the bonus a breeze. Bam. Join now, and MyBookie will match your deposit up to 100% on $1,000. Get your free grand. Use promo code FTW, again, 3 letters, FTW, to activate that offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. MyBookie.ag, promo code FTW.
And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting, a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing. You're either their chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. Website is dadmodepod.com. If you want to tweet at me, holla at dadmodepod on Twitter, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Coming in. Hope you have had a great week, and checking in on a Saturday. It's wedding season, or it's I guess towards the end of wedding season, because who gets married in winter? Psychopaths. Who gets married in like deep fall? Psychopaths as well. But yeah, today I want to talk about kids and weddings, right? And we've had a couple weddings where we've gone with Margaret, and a couple where we have gone kidless. We went kidless this past weekend. 2 of my best friends got married over the weekend. I was the best man. So the wife and I, we had a good time. We decided to cut loose and have a couple days sans kid. She went and stayed with the in-laws. It was great. But not gonna lie, I really missed having the kid around, because they're always fun additions, right? And also, I'm not a person who likes staying at the reception super late. So the kid is a great excuse to leave early. It is wonderful. Like, definitely have used that a couple of times in previous weddings. But it just, the whole ceremony too, like there was the flower girl was similar age to Margaret, so I'm just like, oh, wish Toots was here. We call her Toot. Yeah. But yeah, she had a blast playing with cousins and grandparents. She doesn't get enough grandparent time, so she really enjoys it when she does. And like my whole thing was just like having the kids around and really enjoying. Like, you do see parents out there that sort of treat their kids as more of an annoyance, more of a nuisance on how they want to live their life. But I don't know. Like, I feel like for most parents, kids are their life, and that can be good. That can be bad to a degree. But living for your kids, I mean, it's fine. Plus, also, kids dancing at the reception, some of the earlier songs, before kids leave for the night and go to bed and get tucked in the hotel and whatnot. It's super cute. I just see them all boogie down on the dance floor, or when the dads and the young daughters dance, and the daughters like standing on the dad's toes. We haven't had that with Margaret, because when we've danced, she's very fleet of foot. And I have like 2 left feet when it comes to dancing, so it's kind of limited there. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be a couple weddings or 2 coming up where Margaret will be involved. Everyone likes the whole flower girl motif things going on, so yeah, it could be good. But as opposed to if you're not in the wedding party, and say you're just traveling. And you got the kids with, because we got another wedding coming up here next Sunday, where it's just us attending the wedding, and Margaret's coming with, and it's gonna be cute. Sit there. She'll get the whole chicken fingers and French fries things, and we'll get the plated chicken or whatever it is. And especially with Margaret, where she really is in a big princess phase now. And every time she sees, the bride or even like the bridesmaid, she'd be like, oh, it's a princess. And because, a lot of brides will wear tiaras. Well, I actually wouldn't say a lot. A good portion number wear tiaras. And so that definitely plays in. And, she likes the light. She likes the decoration. She likes all the pomp and circumstance. It's really neat. And I want her to experience this as much as possible. Now, I understand if you have boys. Boys at a wedding can be a little rambunctious, a little bit, what's the word? I guess rambunctious is a good word, because they also had a ring bearer, and this kid was probably 4, and taking pictures. He was not having it. He was just not having a great day. But still super cute. But yeah, the boys just have a sort of a energy that they can't really sit still. And with weddings, there is a lot of sitting still. There is a lot of listening. Usually not a boy's forte, right? Especially if you're dressed up and, boys just want to wear shorts and sneakers and a football jersey. And then you're sitting in church, for an hour, and you're wearing a clip-on tie and your Sunday shirt, and you're just like, it's a beautiful day outside. It's the end of summer. It's just, I want to go run. I want to go play. I want to go throw a ball. I want to go torture animals. Wait, maybe not that last one. That one's a little bit too far. But yeah, the whole just being cooped up, it's not really great. Yeah. But you definitely want to look out for that. Something you also want to look out for is think of your family. Because think of all the things you work hard to provide your family: a home, college education, your entire lifestyle. How do you make sure all those things are still possible, even if something unexpectedly happens to you? And, the old way, life insurance was a pain. It really was. You deal with an agent who come across like a used car salesman, is like, buy this now. Nah. I got that. Then you got to schedule blood tests, go to the doctors, go back to the doctors, and read over all the paperwork with the fine print legalese. No. Now with Ethos, the application only takes 10 minutes online. Honest, upfront pricing. No doctor's appointment for policies under $1 million. Get your free quote and submit your complete application in just 10 minutes now at dadmode.getethos.com. One more time. That's dadmode.getethos.com. THOS.com, and take care of your family. Do it up. All right. So with the reception, it's I mean it is a lot of fun. For the kids as well. Just run around, and they get to see some other kids their age or some distant cousins if it's a family wedding that they may not always get to see. And it's a good experience, and I'm definitely hoping that there's going to be a couple more weddings on the wife's side coming through here pretty soon. But also, if it's a travel wedding, something that the kids really love is the hotel pool. I don't know what it is, but like kids have this weird obsession with water. They really do. Like water, snow. Something as an adult you can sort of take or leave. Like I know some adults are into skiing, but yeah, screw that noise. But kids just, it's like they live for hotel swimming pools. And a lot of the time the hotel pools kind of suck. Like they're really small. It's always humid inside because, well, I guess that makes sense with the pool. But the one that we were at over the weekend was actually kind of neat. It had like an alligator slide, like a big cartoon alligator that was spitting water out of its mouth, and it had a couple of like lights and obstacles and things like that. So it was really cool for the kids. But yeah, there's something like the mini vacation of going and traveling for a wedding that they really like. Although I will say that traveling in a car for a kid, say it's a day wedding and it's like 2 hours away, so it's a 2-hour drive there. And then you have to sit through an hour for the ceremony, and then you have like 2.5 hours or 3 hours at the reception, and then also you usually have that gap in between when the wedding party goes and gets after it, or takes pictures or does whatever. And then I can see that being a long day, especially if you're driving 2 hours home. Yeah, that could be rough. But if it's a destination, get that hotel room. I think it's going to be well worth it. And just let the kids enjoy themselves and go to the stupid hotel continental breakfast bar. Make a waffle. It is really fun. But yeah, the whole kids and anything, it is good. It's great. And also, like, good and great is the preschool, still working out the schedule, still ironing things out. Margaret's going 2 days a week, and she really likes it, and she already made a bunch of friends. She knew a couple of friends from dance, and so that's always nice to have that, because that's something as a parent you do worry about. All right, it just kids fitting in with their peers, because like if your kid isn't making friends, like it can be a long time, because especially with kids where like this is their world, like this is the only ecosystem that they know. They don't know that there's really a world outside of like the school and their cliques and their friends and peers. So like if you can't make friends, it could be a tough road to hoe. Like it really could be. But Margaret is really quick to make friends, and I'm glad that she's really outgoing and just really kind, because one of the teachers, the teacher has 2 rules in the classroom. It's listen and be kind, and I like that. And of course, it's already day 3. Margaret's already, I've already had a parent-teacher conference. Like, I was picking her up one day, and the teacher pulls me aside. He's like, Margaret didn't have a good day. She was saying no a lot to the teacher and wasn't listening. And I reached that inflection point where it's a fork in the road where, if I'm, the typical helicopter parent, I could be like, no, my child is perfect. You're the one who's not teaching well. Or I could internalize and be like, hey, Margaret, we're going to have some talks about this. You always have to listen to the teacher. Okay. So I went with the latter, because I'm a sane human being, or at least, quasi sane. And we had a couple of talks with Margaret of, hey, when the teacher tells you to do something, you say yes. You don't sass back. You don't say no. You don't say I can't. You can't. Which she's going through that phase as well. And hopefully you'll get things straightened out, because otherwise it might be a long year. It really might be long. But also in terms of working with kids. So Margaret used to love baths. And I think she still does to a degree. Well, she definitely does. But for a stretch of about 2 months, she just refused to get in the bath. She'd fight you. She'd cry. She'd go limp. She'd flail and all those things. And it was really frustrating. But so the wife and I, we pulled a bait and switch on her, where we were trying to get her to take a bath, and she was in the whole, no, I can't take a bath. And she's like, no, that whole thing. So we pretended that I was dirty, which I usually am. Let's be honest here. So it was like washing an animal. So I stepped into the tub, and I'm wearing a bathing suit, by the way, because it's weird to be naked in front of your kids. It's just odd. And then she we have a a water bottle sprayer, and then she sprayed me, and she had a big kick of that. And then the wife was like, "Oh, you need to get a little bit closer, get all up and get closer, Daddy, to wash him." She's like, "Okay." So then she gets in the tub, and then the wife splashes her, and she's like, "Oh, Margaret, your clothes are all wet. We better take off the clothes." And she's like, "Okay." And then eventually we're taking a bath. It's like that step-by-step progression. It's like the whole boiling a frog. Like, if it's too hot, the frog will jump out. If you raise a 1 degree, the frog will get used to it. But sort of like that, but not really. It's kind of a bad analogy. But I don't want to have to do Masterpiece Theater every time we're taking a bath. So we got specific toys that are only to be used in the bath. It's like a wind-up frog, and it wind up in rivets, and it goes around the tub. It's really neat. Margaret likes it. Also, bath bombs. Bath bombs are really key. So what are they? Just like balls of, like, I don't know, whatever there. And then you put them in, they fizz, and then they turn the bath water a certain color, and it's all like non-toxic, or it doesn't stain the kid. Or because otherwise that would be kind of funny. So she really likes that. Also, we got bubble bath, like a ton of bubble bath, and I think we sort of nipped this one in the bud. But yeah, I mean, that's just how you gotta be flexible. Gotta think of another way to convince them to, because what you could do is like hold her and then like scrub her down, and then that's also going to create like a really bad energy and like give her a traumatic experience around that. Not really interested in that, but we just gotta work with it, and we're working with her every day, and I think things are coming around. Yeah. Just like coming around to this show. Big thanks to you for listening. And if you want to tell a friend when you're with your dad or mom groups, do that up. We got weekly little short conversations about parenting and also the great world of just being a dad. Our show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Follow us on Twitter at DadMoPod, me and Andy Carlson Show. Website is dadmopod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go dad mode, and we'll smell you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go dad mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.